Hi, everybody. My name is Amanda Creamy, and thank you so much for taking time out of your Sunday when this is going to be posted, or whenever you happen to watch the replay, to learn a little bit more about the business side of Q. This is a huge passion of mine. I always kind of geek out a little bit when I talk about the business side. And so my goal is to keep this short and sweet, just like 10 minutes max, 5 to 10 minutes, and then provide you additional resources. Otherwise, we would be here all day because that's how much passion I have for this company and the leaders and the corporate staff and just everybody in between. So my name is Amanda Gramey. Again, I am a Gold Ambassador here at Q. Really doesn't mean much, but I have been here for 2.5 years. I've had the honor of sitting on one of our equity boards, which just means I have been able to have my voice heard, make different decisions, and work very, very closely with the president, the CEO, and our corporate staff partners here, alongside of so many other phenomenal leaders. But I'm also a labor and delivery nurse. I've been doing that for 11 years, and I'm actually currently sitting in a hotel on assignment, just a little over an hour and a half away from my home. But I also do some travel nursing, and so if you hear commotion out in the hallway, it's because I am in a hotel right now. But this is my wonderful family here, my handsome hubby, Cody, my son, Caden, is 7, and my daughter, Kenzie's 4. They're absolutely the reason why I started utilizing the products here, but then also decided to take a deeper dive into this business. So as we kind of go on here, I'll share my story kind of throughout. But first and foremost, I want to introduce you to these two gentlemen who honestly are very near and dear to my heart. I have the privilege of honor of being able to call them my friends and my mentors. It's not every day that you can say that you are able to work very closely with these two gentlemen or even any CEO and president anywhere in any company. I kind of joke sometimes, like in nursing, if I were to go to the CEO at our hospital and say, like, hey, how's it going? He'd be like, who are you? I'm just another number when it comes to the healthcare system. But here at Q, these gentlemen truly, truly care about us. In fact, I've been able to sit down in Mr. Mark Wilson's office before and just talk family. He is probably one of the most humble and caring gentlemen that we have all met. He truly listens, and you can tell when you are talking to him and you're carrying on a conversation, the look in his eyes, you can just feel that he truly cares about what you have to say. And it's really cool hearing his background. In fact, he's like a 2-time Super Bowl champion quarterback. So he knows how to win. And quite frankly, that's one of the reasons why Q's winning. Like, we are not slowing down. And it's great that we have him as our quarterback here at Q. He was extremely smart and brought on Mr. Jake Spencer, who's now our president, a dear friend of mine. I've had the honor of being coached and mentored by him one-on-one. I can text him. In fact, I was joking with him the other day. I live in Iowa, and if you guys have ever heard of the Iowa State Fair, well, on one of our like calls, so once a week, Mr. Jake Spencer and our corporate staff will always get on a Facebook Live and they provide updates. We're a very forward-facing company, which I love. So you always know what's going on. Well, he was talking about how he loves corn dogs and churros and everything. And so I just shot him a text message after and I was like, come to Iowa to do an event and I will treat you to all of the churros and the turkey legs and everything that you want. So it's pretty cool that we have that, that relationship where we can just text and shoot the crap back and forth, I guess you could say. But he's the reason why I am where I am today. I got into an accidental business prior to this. I didn't really know much. I was kind of floundering around. And here at Q, we have the systems and everything in place to allow people to succeed. And thankfully from him, he's been able to coach and mentor all of the field so that we're all succeeding and winning in so many different capacities. But a lot of you guys might not have heard of Q Sciences before. We actually revamped in 2018, and since then we've had well over actually 1,200% growth. It's crazy. If you looked at businesses before, you know that 1,200% growth is phenomenal. We are well on our way to be a multi-billion-dollar company. In fact, in the next handful of years, we're projected to be a billion-dollar company, and I have no doubt we will easily be a household name brand. However, currently as it sits, even though we're in 24 plus countries and counting, we have a 1% saturation rate in the entire world. So nobody hears about us. Like I said, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and there's still only a handful of times where somebody has said, "Yeah, I've heard of that company before." We're just now getting our name out there, and people are scrambling, honestly, to keep up and to catch up with the massive growth. We're still that ground floor company. You can see the curve here. It's an S curve. So if you know, again, anything about business, you know the S curve. And kind of once you hit that top up there, you see saturation, maturity is a better word for it. And we're very, very far at the bottom. We're in 24 countries. We just opened up Ireland, which is really cool. And we're going into so many. In fact, I just heard the other day that Mexico, even though we're in Mexico, we even have a warehouse there, several warehouses throughout the whole world, which is very, very brilliant. Mexico is supposed to be one of our very top growing international countries. So it's a very exciting time. Now, beyond that, as you've seen throughout this event, we have a full suite of product. Like, we haven't even touched on everything that we have here. We have something for pediatrics to geriatrics, everything in between, whether you're dealing with discomfort or stress or anxiousness, or maybe you have some kiddos running around that you kind of need to take them from here to down here, or you're looking for immunity support or collagen. It's a hot word right now. And let me tell you, my hair, skin, nails, everything is better because of that. The internal one, the external one, the terpenes are some of my favorite. They're pretty much brand new. I feel the effect extremely fast. But I started on our full spectrum hemp oil and our Q Max. So I mentioned that my family is the reason why I started on the products, but also why I started the business. And on the product side, I was dealing with a lot of postpartum anxiousness, stress, just those mood fluctuations. But it hit me a lot later on, like a year and a half later is when I finally really was like, what the heck is going on? And I'm a labor and delivery nurse, right? You would think that I would understand, but you just don't in that time. And so a dear friend of mine who's a nurse practitioner, obviously very much care for her, very much trust her and her opinion, was trying this full spectrum hemp oil. And I had heard the buzzwords back then, 2.5 years ago of CBD. It was like the hot topic, just like collagen is now. And I had a lot of friends however, who had tried CBD, and they're like, it didn't work, or maybe it worked for a little bit and it stopped working. And so I was very skeptical. Plus my nurse nerd brain, like I don't really care necessarily what's in a product. I just want to make sure that it's safe and it's effective. Like I'm going to feel a difference. And I want the value of my money to go far. I don't want to just try something and then have to throw it away. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like that. And so when she told me the effects that it was having on not only herself, but her mom, and in fact, her name is Jen Peniston, and she talked about the full spectrum hemp oil. So if you haven't watched that or seen anything on that, go back in this event and watch that. And I was blown away. I was like, gosh, if it is doing this for this many people, what if it could do something even to even a little greatly, not a huge capacity, but somewhat. And I kid you not, the first dose, I had a sense of calming. After a week of consistent use, I felt like I was getting my life back. And I added in that Q Max, you guys, and bam, like it took it to a completely different level. I had more energy and focus. And in fact, I didn't really realize that I was missing out on so much nutritional value, with as well as I felt even after a handful of days. Obviously, since then, I have tried every single one of these products. I love every single one of them. Do I take all of them? No, you don't have to take all of them. You find the right products that are going to fit for you. But what I love on the business side for this is that you literally don't ever have to turn somebody away. I've never had to turn somebody away in 2.5 years. I'm able to really have a one-on-one conversation with somebody and sit down and figure out what is going to work best for that individual person. We are not a niche type of company, like just a skincare or just bags or just XYZ. We have something to support every single person on every single level. Now, beyond that, on a business standpoint, we have everything at your fingertips. We have the systems in place. You don't have to go recreate the wheel. You don't even have to be on a wheel, like a hamster wheel. I was on a hamster wheel before, constantly trying to figure out how I could help my team because I was winning in my previous endeavor, but nobody else was. And that was what was most important for me. So I wanted to make sure that was a Loctite system where everybody, if they plugged into it, they could play along with the system and truly succeed. And we have simple onboarding here. Nobody is going to be welcomed into the queue and then welcomed into a good luck. You are welcomed into queue and we hold your hand, we lock arms, and we figure out what goals are best for you and your family because your family comes first here. And we sit down and we go over that path and that plan, and we teach you the skills necessary because you can go so far, but skills really need to come into play. And that's what you're going to learn here. We have everything that you need for yourself, your team, and your customers at your fingertips. We have this really cool ARC app. And so you just go on there, you can see exactly where you are at, who you need to help in your organization, what customers are purchasing from you. It's an easy, copy your link, send it to somebody else. It takes 5 seconds to copy, paste, and send somebody videos and PDFs right from the palm of your hand. So even if I'm in the grocery line, when I have screaming kids, or as I'm sitting waiting for a baby to be born, and somebody wants more information, I'm not sitting there spending all of this time. It's very simple and effective, and I don't have to go take extra hours and clock in and work extra 12-hour shifts just to be able to fill in the gaps of our financial health. I'm able to do it in little pockets of time here or there. So whether you are working full time, 40 hours, 60 hours a week, or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're working a couple jobs here or there, going to school, this truly fits in where you get in. And that's what I love, is that no size fits all. We truly support you where you're at. And whatever your goals are, we help you figure out the system in the amount of time that you have to be able to spend on this business. Now, my husband and I, when we started this business, he was gone all the time. I was at home with two little kiddos. I was also working and doing this business full time at home. And a lot of that time, the hours that I was putting in was after the kiddos went to bed. And it was very doable. And now, when I have days off, I work it during some of those days off, but my phone is down because our barriers are very and boundaries are very strong here. We lean on the 5 F's: faith, family, fitness, friends, and finances. And that's not the right order, but that's all of them. And we focus on that. And the fact that I can put my phone down and have family time while it is still building and growing itself at an international, on an international scale and at a really cool speed is really cool. So the last thing here, you guys, the culture is undeniable. It is untouchable. These individuals here truly, truly care about every single person. This is a business. It is not, direct selling MLM, one of those things. We're in that category. But what you feel here and what you experience here are people who just want to be better. I came to this company broken. Nobody is like, I'm still kind of broken, right? Like nobody is perfect. And here, everybody just welcomes you with big arms. And the whole goal here is just to grow and to just get better year over year. But we focus on those newest people who come in. I think that's what's really the most special part. That's what I love here is I can actually take somebody who's brand new. It doesn't matter where they fit into my organization, and I can work with those individuals and teach them the skills necessary for them to succeed at their fullest capacity. You have top level leadership here. You have the mentors. In fact, you have layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of mentorship where you're not just going to be left out. And this is my family. This is my second family. They truly are. I get so giddy whenever I'm able to go to our corporate cabin. You see the beautiful cabin there. I've been there a handful of times. When I go into our corporate office, when we go to different conferences, it's a big second family. And if you're looking for a culture that is very sound and just very all inclusive, then this is it. And I hope that you guys take a little bit more time to learn more about Q Sciences and the business side. We do have a quick 8-minute video that goes over the compensation plan and how you can even get paid here because there's actually 5 different ways. You don't even have to build an organization. You can earn unlimited amount of money on the customer side. We just enhanced that. In fact, we're enhancing more of the compensation plan here as the year continues to go on. But I think you would be impressed by that. And so feel free to reach out to myself, to reach out to any of the other leaders who are posting on here. And we are more than happy to answer questions. And I hope to be able to see your name here down the road too. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoy the event and have a wonderful day.